Hi guys, it's Sav here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make my caramel popcorn. My best friend and I have been obsessed with caramel popcorn lately. I don't know why, and it just brought back so many memories. One of the first things that I ever made in my life was caramel popcorn, and I was in the sixth grade at McIlvay Middle School, and we learned how to make it in home ec. That and snickerdoodles, and I remember eating them and thinking it was just the best thing that I ever ate. And it was really that delicious, so I thought, why not just do a caramel popcorn tutorial? So keep watching and I'll show you guys what you'll need to do next.
So I have here 2 bags of a microwavable unsalted popcorn that I've already popped in the microwave. When I was done with that, I placed the popcorn on 2 baking sheets and I roasted them at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 7 minutes. And adding in this step will just ensure that your caramel popcorn will stay nice and crunchy instead of stick to your teeth, which is just not okay for me. Into a medium-sized saucepan, I added in 2 sticks of salted butter, 2 cups of packed brown sugar, half a cup of light corn syrup, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and just mix this well until all combined. And then once it comes to a rolling boil, you don't want to stir it, don't mess with it, just let it go for a full 5 minutes without disturbing it. Then you want to remove it from the heat, and carefully you want to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and also 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Get in there with a wire whisk and gently and slowly start to give it a stir. It's very important that you don't use a saucepan that's too small, because as soon as you add in the baking soda, you can see as you're stirring it, it'll start to bubble up, and it can potentially boil over, and that's obviously you don't want that. And now just pour that yummy caramel sauce all over your toasted popcorn. This is going to be so good. Now I did realize after I started to pour the caramel over my popcorn that I didn't let it boil for the full 5 minutes. I took a phone call while I was making the caramel sauce, so I didn't get to time it. So make sure you boil for a full 5 minutes. It did not ruin the recipe. I did realize at the end of it all that the popcorn just wasn't as crunchy as it usually is. And the popcorn just ended up sticking to my teeth more than it usually does. So just mix this all really, really well. Then you want to grab 2 baking sheets and line them with foil and evenly distribute your popcorn between the 2 of them. And just 1 baking tray at a time, you want to get in there and flatten out your caramel popcorn. This is just to ensure that they bake or roast or toast more evenly. And then you want to do the same with your other baking sheet. Now make sure that you roast these at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you want to stir both bottom and top baking sheet, and then you want to rotate your pans halfway through, bake for another 15 minutes for a total of 30 minutes. So I just pulled these out the oven. I'm going to carefully remove the foil. This is hot, so you want to be careful. And then you want to place a clean piece of wax paper on your baking sheet. Again, your baking sheet is going to be hot. And then just flip over your foil right on top of your wax paper. Get what you can, use a spatula, whatever you can get your hands on, and carefully remove your popcorn pieces. And if any of them stick to your foil, don't worry about it. Wait for it to cool down, and once your foil is not hot, just take your fingers and pick them up with your hands. Allow your popcorn to cool for just a couple of minutes, just until it's cool to the touch, and then just get in there with your fingers and begin to break up your caramel popcorn pieces, because some of them will have stuck together by now. This is also a good time to look for any leftover kernels that did not pop, because there is nothing worse than biting into a caramel popcorn piece and biting into an unpopped kernel. So if you love your teeth and you want to keep them for a long time, please make sure that you pick out any kernels that you may have left behind. I recommend leaving this out to dry for at least an hour, 2 hours or so, and then they're ready to be packaged.
Now it's time to take a little tasty. These 2 are stuck together. Awesome. Hear that crunch? Perfect amount of caramel. Slightly sweet, slightly salty. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So easy. You can pack the caramel popcorn in cute little bags or like a tin, those really pretty tin cans. You can give it away for Christmas or the holidays. So easy to make, so incredibly easy. And you can make it 2, even 3 days ahead and it'll still be just as good as the first day you made it. I promise you that. Oh man, I wonder. Whoopsie. Let me try again. Oh, that was good, huh? Oh yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.